This is the Amusement Park Drive-In Theater, a beloved drive-in theater that had been operating in Montana's largest city of Billings starting in 2004 all the way up until 2022 when it caught on fire and ultimately collapsed. This left nothing to project on and an empty, barren lot. This was one of the 4 theaters in the state at the time. With this one closing and one in Hamilton closing, it left only 2 remaining drive-in theaters in the state of Montana. And the Amusement Park Drive-In Theater left us here with this 2024 Facebook post as the last official communication from them. In this post, they state that they will be moving forward with reconstruction, but still do not want any financial support as they feel this would make them obligated to get it going again, which they do not want as this has always been a fun little side project for them. This post with nearly 200 comments, most of which are supporting them and pleading for its return, but after a while with no other statements, the comments switched from excitement to questioning its return and asking for updates about it. So let's go ahead and take a quick look before going out there at what's discoverable online. If we take a look at Google Earth, we can see in 2021 everything was still just fine, and the way it had been for like 16 years at this point. Now jump ahead to June 2022, and it's gone, and the screen is gone, and this is presumably a truck that's out front with a sign, and we'll get back to that once we get there in person. Now in August, the lot is still fairly barren, but it's beginning to accumulate vehicles, as most vacant lots in this region do. And then going further, even further ahead, the signs that this used to be a drive-in are becoming lesser and lesser as the days go on. Now this is their most current imagery. There's a white structure in front of the old screen location, but this very well could just be a semi-trailer. However, if we switch over here to Apple Maps, they seem to have even newer imagery, and we can see much more clearly there is a screen-esque structure here, and the projection booth has been moved. These are 2 very promising signs. Apple also recently added, if we put a pin down here, a feature they call Look Around. It's similar to Street View. The only difference is this one covers this road and Street View does not. Now we can get a much clearer view of that projection booth pointed right at that screen, which itself does seem to be some sort of a semi-trailer contraption. But if we continue to look around here, we can kind of get a vibe for what's going on. There's more vehicles around. There's some trailers over here. Even a fire truck off over there in the distance. No idea what that's doing. But now if we move over here to the side, Alright, if we look over here, there seems to be a nice little grassy patch. And why would a storage lot have such nice grass? That, to me, seems like a pretty hopeful sign. Now, the booth is up on blocks, and so it clearly isn't exactly easy to move, and that's clearly a decent amount of effort needed to move it. And then, there's more vehicles around here, carnival-looking rides, because the people that actually own this run a local kind of carnival that goes around to local municipalities in Montana and Wyoming. So now let's take a drive down there, because that's the only next step to do if we want to get more information on what's going on. We can take a look here. This is exactly, actually on the other side of the road. I was at the wrong spot. This truck used to be parked, and this is that truck I believe might be seen in front of the screen in some of that 2022 imagery. Upon arriving, it was clear that there were people there. The barn doors on the old snack shack were open with a truck parked in front of it. I'm not exactly sure if they drive that truck or not, but there's a newer vehicle on the left edge of this image as well, and I didn't feel comfortable taking any videos or being stopped for too long because I felt it was kind of weird. With that being said, I did kind of snoop around, take a couple pictures, and so here we can see there's some ride attractions set up in front of it. I don't know if that's just set up in storage or set up in testing. And in this one, you can see the projection booth is in fact pointed at what seems to be a screen. Doesn't exactly seem to be a great screen, but it's a screen nonetheless. One of the things I saw there that I felt was more noteworthy than a lot of the other miscellaneous vehicles and trailers around was this trailer with an amusement park drive-in logo plastered on it. This seems promising to me because that logo is clearly either newer or has been cleaned, which is a very promising sign of a potential opening coming soon. The road does ultimately dead end, at which point I took this video driving back past the entrance, the no trespassing signs, actually on the side that was the old entrance, and only the exit is used now. I did end up parking a little bit further away where I took this picture because I wanted to stop and launch the drone and see if that saw anything different. But that unfortunately didn't profit any new information of any noteworthiness. To start off, here's a nice still image I was able to get. It seems like the building that was seemingly constructed where the old screen was is no longer there, so I'm not sure if that was a temporary structure or what the situation was there, but it's certainly not there now. So here's some of the footage I captured. I didn't really want to go too far over it, just because I didn't really want the drone to be super far away if someone came up not happy with me being there and flying a drone. And also I knew there were people, which in the beginning of this clip, I'll play it again here, right when this clip ends. And I'm just descending back to land at this point because I knew there wasn't really anything. Here we can see there's actually a person walking, so there's definitely activity going on. And that's really all there was to see. I mean, there was this kind of zipline looking thing near in the area, but I don't think that's related, and it's not going to show in the movie. So here's kind of my final thoughts. I hope we get it. I hope it does reopen and we get to see movies outside again. That'd be amazing. And you know, it doesn't really need to be the biggest screen ever, and it doesn't need to be the greatest screen ever. The old one had grooves in it, and yet the lot was still packed. And I think what matters most, you know, is that we as a community get to experience a drive-in movie. And I'm really hopeful for the future after everything I've seen. It may not be soon, but there is a future, it seems.
This is our feel-good thing. We love this. We do it as a family. We come out here, we have fun.
As for the theater's historic screen, Riley says there's a silver lining.
Honestly, this one wasn't very good because you can see little lines in the picture. If it's gone, at least there's one good thing. I can do the next one correct because I sure did the last one wrong.
But of course, patrons didn't mind as they were there for the experience, just like the Cook family hoped.
It was a family thing from start to finish.
In Billings, Alina Howder, MTN News.